I'll tell you what it is, because it's very rare that I get one. Oh, she's automatic. She's auto. 1.6s are quite rare, in fairness, because most are 1.8, and the 1.8 petrol's a little bit thirsty. 1.6 is all you need. You're not going to go racing around in this. This is a town plodder for someone who wants an automatic, who either just wants to drive an auto, or maybe has got a bad foot. Ideal. Right, before we get into today's video, just a quick talk to you about our sponsor today, which is Vehicle Score, our good friends, who have updated their Vehicle Score check-in service. Now, those of you who don't know, Vehicle Score is a free vehicle check-in service. You simply put in your registration number and it gives you a unique score to your vehicle, which you can compare to the one in Vehicle Score's database. It uses things like mileage and MOT history to give you your unique score, and gives you loads of free information about the car you are looking at, such as vehicle data, all the MOT history, all the mileage history, and even offers things like free valuation tool. But they also go further with their paid checks, making sure your vehicle is free of finance, making sure it's not got involved in an accident, been for a salvage auction, ever been stolen, maybe been used as a taxi, imported, exported, change of colour. If your vehicle's got a hidden past, Vehicle Score will find it. And the checks are some of the most comprehensive out there and at the best possible price. And it gets better because being a Car UK viewer, you get 20% off their paid checks by simply using the promo code CARUK20. And also as well, Vehicle Score has just launched its new refund cover as well. So for a few extra pounds, buy that refund cover. If your report comes back clean, you don't pay for the report. You get that back. You get it completely refunded. So there you are, even more ways of saving money. So remember to use the CARUK20 discount code on any of the paid checks, but always remember the basic service from Vehicle Score is completely free to use. The link is in the description where you can find Vehicle Score. Go over to Vehicle Score and give them a try today. Evening all, welcome back to the Car UK channel, and you join me today back at the car pitch, where I'm going to give you another update about what's been going on here in Crewe, lovely Crewe, where we deal in cars under £5 retail, the cheaper end of the market. So what has the last few days been like here? Well, actually, it's been really quiet, actually, to be fair. It's not been that busy. I'm not saying we're dead, we're not dead, but there has been definitely a little slight change in the sort of inquiries we've been getting. And, you know, it's just not as frequent, the inquiries, we're not getting as many people on, mainly down to the fact as well that we've not been advertising a lot because we haven't got a great deal to sell and we're just starting to restock. But generally, even when we've got nothing in, we still get usually bombarded with people asking for cars. I say we're still getting the odd, the usual ones, automatics. We always get asked for blooming autos every day, no matter what time of the year it is. But we're getting a few inquiries on small cars for first-time drivers. But there is definitely a slight change, because we usually get a ruck of people asking just for cheapy runarounds, sort of older drivers. That bit seems to have quietened off a little bit. So I'm hoping we're not about to go for a quiet spell, because you say the last 5 or 6 weeks, really, even before Christmas, was actually really buoyant. But anyway, nonetheless, let's not stay negative. Let's look positive and see what we've had arrive over the last few days, what's come in, and what also has been going out as well. So let me show you around the pitch. Right, so we'll start off with some of the sales we've been selling. Dacia, this sold, well, technically it sold about a week or so ago, but the customer actually came in today to do a test drive on it, and has concluded, and that is all paid for and done. That's going out on Monday. The Dacia Sandero Stepway, little 1.5 diesel, done quite well with this actually. It's we've turned it around really nice. It was one of those cars that mechanically was sound, but just never had any sort of love on the bodywork, and that it was just a bit flat and horrible, and little bits of, you know, inside it were just not nice. It'd been sort of wearing out a bit in places, but we have managed to sort this all out. You say, like, it was things like the door strips are all worn away, so I've had all new those put in. I've ordered some new mats for it, just tailored mats. Things like as well, it was really dirty, by the way, inside, really dirty. We've also had all the boot carpet was just a mess and just all torn away, so I had all new carpet, and I have one of these nice little protective mats put in as well. It's ideal for throwing crap in, stuff like that really. It was just wanted a little bit of TLC, a few little touch-ups and a buff up, and we made a nice car out of it. Chaps came in, bought it for his daughter, asked all the right questions and bought it, saying it actually drives really well, so I'm quite pleased with that one going out. We've not had fortunes out of it, but it's a nice car at the end of the day. And these, to be fair, these 1.5 diesel Dacias are actually really good news, these Stepways. So that's a nice one. That's basically going to go out on Monday. What else have we sold that's been back as well? We've sold this a week or two ago. This is another one of our favourites, C1 Igos 107s, just a little cheapie. That came back from the paint shop. It had a few bumpers painted on it. I've also got another one on a template, an Igo, that's currently there now, identical. So if anyone's got any interest in one of these, let me know. Roughly going to be about the same money. I think these are about 21, 2200 quid mark we sell these out for. This is a little C1 VTR Plus. Did quite a bit of work to it. It's had, as you can see, new tyres on it as well. It's had brakes on it. We've undersealed it all. It's the usual things we do on these, like common things like water pumps. We underseal them all, do all the boot seals, just little things like that, just to get them nice. Little VTR Plus one. Hasn't been validated, by the way. It's been in and out of the workshop. It's not going out like this. So you've got rev counter on it. This one, half leather seats. It's all right. I've just got to finish it off on valeting it on Monday. Well, valeter has. That's his job. And I'm just going to redo this steering wheel as well because it's a bit worn. But we've got a little kit in there we'd use for refurbing steering wheels. I'm getting quite good at it. So I'll do that, just smarten it up. A little cheapy car running to the ground for the next few years. Cheap motoring. And you see it's a nice solid one as well. We just say we've always undersealed it. So it just wants cleaning up now. Fiesta, sold this as well. This is going out hopefully next week. We've been working on this one. It's all been, had massive service kit on it, all the axle bushes and stuff. Steering rack, had a steering rack on it, this one, and also it's having a column knuckle joint as well, which has just arrived finally. Been lost in the post, but it's finally turned up, so we can get that done and get that out to the customer. And also got a nice set of forward wheel trims for it. I bought these just to shove on temporarily, just to show the customer in the picture. But we can reuse them on something else. But the genuine forward ones have turned up now, so we'll put them on. But that sold like within an hour. That Fiesta, as you can imagine, we just get, this is a sort of thing we get asked for at the moment. So first time driver cars, little 125 Z-Tech Fiestas, $28.95. It was never going to stay on sale for very long. New arrivals, let's talk about some new arrivals. So we've got Corsa, the Corsa E, this is, which we bought in my last video with about 5 or 6 others. This is now on site. Not had it on the ramp or anything yet. I've literally only arrived yesterday, so I've just pushed a price board in it for now. But I'm going to get it on Monday, get it all pictured and get it in the workshop. But it seems to drive really well from the short distance it's been driven. I said it seems to be a decent car. Corsa E, 3995, done about 90,000 miles. We'll make that into a car for someone, and we've already had people on looking at it. So yeah, it should go pretty soon. That say, and we haven't got. So I think it's a first. And I think it's the first Corsa E we've sold. I mean, effectively, it's just a Corsa D with a little bit of a reworked front end and a little bit of the back here with the windows where they've redone them. But it's effectively Corsa D. But yeah, nice things. Corsas we sell them all the time. Megane, that's back as well. The Megane diesel coupe. This is a nice thing as well. See how that goes. That's was bought at handy money and it's nice inside. That landed yesterday afternoon, so we're going to valet that up. iX35, that's a bit of a development. We've got another one of those which just arrived. It's currently at paint, a silver one. That's coming online next week. This one's sold. That's hopefully going out next Friday to the customer. Other things, what else have we been doing? Punto, that was sold the other week. That like lasted an hour. That's sold. That needs some progress this week. We just started some work on it yesterday. We've just popped it back out here for now. But we're going to get it back in the workshop on Monday. We're going to get the wheels off. We're going to get them resorted and furbed. Cam belt we need to do on that one because I think it's overdue on that one. Well, I'll check it, but I'm pretty sure it needs doing, and it needs a clutch as well. Quite a lot of work doing on that one, but we got it at right money. We paid the sort of money we expected for it, and we counted into the fact that it would probably need a clutch, and say it's still going to work out well for us, and the customer will have a decent car at the end of the day. Nice modern looking thing. I think it's a young driver that's having it, a clutch and cam belt in it. It will do them just fine, I'm sure. We've also had a little bit of interest on my Twingo, but people don't seem to like the colour. I quite like the colour of this Twingo, like a duck egg colour. I'll show you more better. But it's yeah, it's just not getting the sort of interest that I would have thought it would have, because usually Twingos, we fly out the door with Twingos. We don't get many of them, but they do usually sell pretty quick. But this one's just a bit, you know, I'm not sure of the colour. That's the comments we're getting. But I'm sure the right person will come for it. And it's not Dave, it's only $28.95 on a 13 plate. Although I have got some more wheels coming for it, because whoever last owned it did mind hitting a few curbs of it. Merc, that's sold, and where in the last update we sold the Merc C-Class, sorry, C180, and it say now got well, the wheels haven't been stolen, don't worry. They've gone off to the paint shop, powder coated. Chap's having them painted black, the wheels on this Merc, and then he's grabbing some other bits and stuff he wants doing to it. But that lasted on sale for about 3 hours. I think that lasted on sale. The C180, back from the repair shop where it had a new timing chain fitted on it. It took months to get someone to actually do it for us, but we got it done in the end, and it sold straight away, as we knew it would. So we've got to get that out probably, well, it's probably not going to go out next week, maybe the week after, because we've got to get the wheels back. We've also got to get MOT'd, We've also got to get a stereo organised for it and a few other little bits that the chap wants modding to it, we wants doing, so probably maybe the early part of the following week. Another vehicle I've just purchased literally in the last hour is this 1.6 petrol Ford Focus on a 59 plate. Now, there's not much to say about a Ford Focus. They're not that particularly exciting. It's not a titanium model or anything like that. It's pretty clean for what it is. It's in grey, it's a nice colour. Yeah, it is what it is, but there is something decent about this car, something that's made me buy it. I'll tell you what it is, because it's very rare that I get one. Oh, she's automatic. She's auto. Done 84,000 miles, and it's not a power shift. Before people start going, them bloody Ford power shifts are a load of shite, what are you selling them for? It's not a power shift. It's the older box they have in it. I can't remember the code they use, but it's not a power shift anyway. So they're alright. These, I say, the old style boxes they used in the Mark 1 Focuses, I think it was based on, and say it was a good box actually. Why they changed it, God knows. Conventional, automatic, and it's a 1.6 petrol, because they did quite a few 1.8 petrol autos. 1.6s are quite rare, in fairness, because most were 1.8s, and the 1.8 petrol is a little bit thirsty. 1.6 is all you need. You're not going to go racing around in this. This is a town plodder for someone who wants an automatic, who either just wants to drive an auto, or maybe has got a bad foot. Ideal. So anyway, I bought that off a subscriber, literally saying last hour. Nice chap who came down, took him back to the train station and sent him on his way, and I say we did a deal on it. I mean, they're not cheap, these things to buy. Don't think you've nicked this as something for like 500 quid. I can assure you that is not what's happened. I've had to give decent money for it. In fact, I've had to give more than actual cap suggested for it, because the reality is that no matter what the cap book says at the auction, or the auction prices, the trade prices, or what they should be, you cannot buy clean automatic Focuses for that type of money in auctions. I've been there, done it, tried it many times. It doesn't happen. If they're clean like this one, you have to pay an above and beyond, because the demand for autos is just humongous. I mean, I would imagine this will be probably on sale for 24, 48 hours before it is snapped up by someone. The only thing that is a bit off-putting on autos, unfortunately, is you don't get a lot of car for your money, as in the year of them. I mean, if that was a 2009 plate, 84,000 mile manual Ford Focus, and bear in mind it's just a mid-range model, that would probably be on our forecourt for sale for around $27.95, somewhere around there, 26, 27.95. Let's say 26.95. Done 84 though, I suppose, and it has had a cam belt and water pump done recently, which is good news. So let's say there, somewhere around 26, 2700 quid. Potentially you could probably find it on some other pictures for a bit less than that. But with being automatic, you can shove another grand on that, or just under. To be fair, that will fly out the door, probably at 3.5 grand, around that sort of pricing band. So I'll have a look on Auto Trader in a bit. Obviously, I'm not just going to give it away, because we don't get many of them. So it'll just be a case of going on Auto Trader, pricing back as we call it. So basically try and find a similar car with similar mileage, similar specs, similar year, in a 60-mile radius, because that's where most people will travel for a car, and then you work back from there. Mechanical wise, it drives absolutely superb. Does need a new aerial, just notice actually, because it looks like it's been caught and been chopped off, and it needs probably just a dent man going around it, because there is just some little car park dents. You probably won't pick it up on the camera. There's a scuff on there that will come out, because I've already had a go at it, and just some little dings in it here and there, but dent man round it will make it look even better. So say it doesn't really need much doing to it, and it certainly doesn't need a trip to the paint shop, which is always a bonus. We'll quickly move on inside and look in the workshop. I've got a car in there that I've also sold, which I'll talk to you about. I'll also mention as well, fix my door, there we go, fix my door. In here, reception, or if you want to call that their office, we're going to be getting this sorted next week finally. All my stuff's arrived, so I'm going to get myself some new countertops. Let me show you actually, better off I show you. So say I've got new countertops, or new surfaces for the countertops to come in. Got some new plastic boarding sheets, whatever it is, like a plastic vinyl, whatever, to going on here to get rid of me chip shop counters, as someone called them, which in fairness I agree with. And just basically give it a lick of paint, put carpet down, because this floor is horrendous. Put some carpet down, underlay down, and just give it a bit of a paint up, new desks, and we got some rubber mats going in as well to put underneath the carpet, just to, stop it wearing out, stuff like that. Just brighten up the old place, because at the moment it looked terrible. Inside, well, I've actually only got one car in here at the moment, which is this Hyundai i10, which is sold. Compressor just kicked in, just 2 seconds, I'm going to turn that off. Hyundai i10, little 1.2 petrol. Again, a subscriber has bought this one. It's been at the paint shop, just having a few bits done to it. We bought this again from another local auction we went to. We bought it in a run of about 4 other cars we bought. Needed a little bit of paint doing on this bumper corner. I may have shown this previously, I can't remember. If I haven't got any footage, I'll show you. But if not, the bumper corner, a little bit on the front edging as well. that needed doing, and that was pretty much it really. It wasn't too bad. Just wanted a few mops in a few places, and the paint man has sorted that out for us, made it look nice, but it just needs a good clean now. Wheels are dirty, stuff like that. It just wants a bloody good clean up, bit of a polish up, and we can get that out. On a 14 plate, i10s are good news. We sell these all day long. This is a 1.2 petrol. We've also got a blue one outside, which is an early 1.1 petrol. Preferences on engines, the 1.2 is, I'd say, is the better engine of the two. It's better on fuel, a little bit more refined than the 1.1, and got a bit more power. 1.2s can suffer with chain issues where the 1.1s were belt driven, so there is that advantage to the older engine. But overall, the 1.2 is still the one I'd go for. And they're pretty decent, these. Nicer inside to drive than maybe an iGo. Reliability, I'd say the iGo just is slightly better, but that's like comparing 9 out of 10 car with a 10 out of 10 car. It doesn't matter which one you buy, they're both pretty decent vehicles. Obviously the i10's a lot more comfier inside, say they're just, you know, they are what they are, but the iGos are basic, whereas the i10s, you're just a little bit more sort of quality inside, and obviously more expensive when they were new as well. So this is going to get cleaned up, and so we'll get that out to the customer as well. So he just wants a few mops and stuff on it just to clean it up. It's got a bit of bird crap marks on it, but we'll make a car for him once we've got it all cleaned up. Quickly give you an update on Dead Corner as well, because I did say in February that I would give you an update on it. I might do a full video at some point, but first of all let me show you around what's left, because there isn't actually a lot left, to be fair. We've made quite a big of inroads when it comes to Dead Corner, or Dead Corners, because technically there was two. Let me show you. So I see some of these are sold cars, so ignore those, because obviously the sold ones just get put to one side while we're working on them. So at the back we've got, well, the Fiesta sold. This is coming on sale next week. Little i10 needs an alternator. This is the one I mentioned a few moments ago, a blue 1.1. That's going to be a little cheapy, couple of grand type car. I've got the Skoda at the back there, the automatic Fabia, which I just need to get in the workshop and find out where the water's coming in from on the, well, I know where it's coming in from, near the offside rear door. Need to fix that, and then we can get it on sale. Another automatic. We've got, of the original Dead cars then, Dead Corner, i20. This is hopefully going to be going in the workshop next week to have a timing chain done. 1.4 petrol, got a noisy chain. It's common on the 1.2s and 1.4s and the i20s and iX20s like this one. And so unfortunately he's doing easy job to do. Just chains are quite expensive, not cheap chains, and they're not like Vauxhall Corsas where you can pick a chain kit up for like 60-70 quid. These are like 200 odd quid, which is a shame. But anyway, needs doing, so we're going to get that in and done dusted, because it will sell pretty much straight away. So we've done that 80,000 miles, and we keep getting asked about it, and I just need to get it sorted. So that's going to be done next week. We've still got a Qashqai there, which I need to trade on, so do something with that. That's still from the original Dead Corner. Fusion, that's still in Dead Corner. Say this is needs an injector in it, and I say I've not done anything about that, but it owes me very little money, and it's only done about 60,000, so we're never going to lose any money on it, but it does need pulling out. That needs a clutch in it, that swine of a car. I can't scrap it because, well, I lose too much money on it, and it came in at really strong money for what I paid for it, and then just as I was about to get it sort of on sale or do something with it, the clutch decided to collapse in it, so we pushed it into a corner. It's been a bit of a nightmare, that car, but we've got to repair that. We've got a red Mini there, which I think we've now concluded and done a trade deal on that with someone. That also needed a clutch. It was only a little cheapy old 04 Mini, and it wasn't a lot of money. I think I only gave about 300 quid for it, something ridiculous. And the intention was I'll put a clutch in it and sell it, because we did all right in the early days with some of these older Minis. But it's not going to get done, is it? Let's face it. There'll be a horrible job. Everything will be seized up on it, being an old Mini. So it'll just be easier to basically just get my money back and move it on. So we're going to get, that is, well, I'm pretty sure we've now done a deal on that. Blue Focus, that thing needs to be scrapped. There's no way we can fix that. That needs an engine. That is one that is just basically every time we start it sounds like death. In fact, let me show it. Yeah, go a bit further into Dead Corner. That needs to be scrapped. That is just going to be a loss on the books, unfortunately. I'm not bothering putting a 1.6 diesel engine in that. I haven't got the time. I say it's just one of those things. We're just going to have to cut losses on it. We might just take some bits off it that have of use, and then just take it to the scrapyard in the Sky. So that's a big loss for us, that one. But we don't get that many losses. You're going to get the odd one. And that leaves the KA, which again only owes me a few hundred quid, and he's done 20,000 miles. So once we get these out the way, and by the way, there was a lot more than this in this corner. We had another 2 rows of vehicles that way. We'll get that out and we'll do something with that, because it's 20,000 mile KA, and it drives all right and it's quite solid. Now I'll quickly show you over the other corner as well, because we had quite a few vehicles there that were lingering around far too long, and we actually have made some real big inroads over there. In fact, it's pretty much everything bar 2 vehicles have gone now. Before I do that, in case you're wondering, people will be putting in the comments, why have you got an old Rover Mini Cooper there? Well, let me tell you, if you haven't tuned in the last week or so, first of all, where have you been? Secondly, this has been purchased recently from Angular Car Auctions. We went to Angular Car Auctions and bought 2 cars, which was this stunning Rover Mini 1.3 Cooper and this K10 Nissan Micra. Yes. When's the last time you saw one of those on the road? That thing drives absolutely superb, as does the Mini actually, in fairness, but I don't know, I've got a soft spot for that Micra. But the Mini is currently on our first ever Car UK raffle, which is being held by RAFFLE, the company who deal in raffles independently, guaranteed prizes, safe and secure, and you can find the link details in the description if anyone's interested, because you can get involved in the raffle by spending £2 on a ticket, and you can win the first prize, which is this stunning 1993 Mini Cooper. It's done about 59,000 miles, and we've just started making some improvements on it as well. We've been putting all new carpets in it. I've got some trim bits I've just ordered as well, because there's just little things that are missing on it, which is a bit odd. It's actually a really clean car, but just wants a few little bits finishing off. I'm going to tidy it up underneath and just make it even better for someone to basically love and use. So I say £2, that's the first prize, that Mini Cooper. We've also got the alternative prize as well. If you don't want the Mini, you can have the K10 Micra, and I'll put £1,000 cash towards that as well. So that's also available. Also some sub prizes, so diagnostic equipment and jump packs available. And if you don't want either of the 2 cars, then don't worry, because I'll just give you £3 grand, simple as that. £2 to get involved, and also there's bundle offers as well available too. So if you buy, I think it's if you buy 5 tickets, I think you get 10 free. I think there's another offer as well where if you get 10 tickets you get 50 free, or is it 40 free? Can't remember, I'll put it down here exactly. And then also if you buy 20 tickets you get 100 free tickets. So we say get involved, it's £2. You'll find the link in the description. Draw's going to be happening in March. We're also raising money for charity on the back of it as well, so that's very important. Next week we'll do a poll to see which charities are going to benefit from that, and so we'll talk more about that next week. So just a bit of fun, say iconic vehicles you could win, or cash prizes, and we're going to raise a bit of money for charity. That's the main reason why we're doing it. You can find that link in the description to get involved in the first ever Car UK raffle. Anyway, moving on, what's going on over here? Well, actually I've made some inroads here. You won't think it, but I have. So I'll start off, first of all, Corsa, that hasn't moved. I'll come clean on that. That is basically stripped down because it's having a problem with the oil pump on it. So Corsas suffer with timing chain problems, would you believe it? And I'd say every 4 Corsas we buy, 1 of them needs a chain, maybe 2 of them need a chain actually on average. It's quite high. Sometimes it can be really rattly, other times not as obvious, but you can start them up from cold when you first hear it, and then it's fine all day, and then when it cools down again it will do it again. We just change them because they're just, honestly, they're not worth the hassle. And if they start rattling now, they'll be even worse in a few months, and they'll get someone ringing up and obviously can make a complaint or a warranty claim. We just have to do them anyway, so we just do them. But occasionally what can happen is that the oil pumps on these, which are driven off the chain, they basically can wear down the sprocket on them, and they can basically just wear away, and the oil pumps fail, and you have to take the timing chain casing off, which is where the oil pump's is situated in, and you have to take the timing chain casing off, which is where the oil pump situates in, and you have to replace it. And this is what's happened to this one. It's got a failed oil pump, still runs, but it's just very tappety and noisy. But you have to basically put a new casing on it, new chain on it, and usually a ruck of rocker arms or rocker shafts on them as well, because some of them seize up. We've done loads of them in the past, and this is what this one's having done. And it's one of those jobs that my colleague next door has started and not quite finished it. It needs a nudge, so we'll get on with that because it's getting in my way. That is, I'm sick of seeing it every morning. Viva, you might recognise this. We sold this. It's come back under warranty. Bloody ABS pump, and we've had a right nightmare trying to get it sorted. Customer has been absolutely sound as a pound. We've looked after him, and luckily he's local as well. But we say we've had to now send the ABS pump off to ECU Testing, who are now currently rebuilding it. We actually bought one for it, a second-hand one, got the old unit off, got all the codes off it, thought brilliant, went on eBay, found one, only 60 quid, thought job done. Next day delivery, gets it on, don't start it up, nothing happens. Car will not start. Turns out they're programmed on these, which is odd because we've done loads on Vauxhall Corsas in the past, and they just literally you just change the units over. You have to match them up to the right codes, but just change them, start them up, bleed them up, and you're away. Not the case here. So we've had to found out the hard way there. So we've had to send it off. Cost me a few £100, but it needs doing. And so we're going to get that back hopefully the end of next week. pop it on the car, and we can finally get the car out to the customer, and he can enjoy it for, well, more than 24 hours it lasted, which is a pain. Jaguar, that is sold. That was the one we featured in a video a couple of weeks ago. We bought that, and we've now sold that to one of our customers. That's going to be, well, going abroad. That will be in the near future. Chevrolet Trax, remember this was actually over there in Dead Corner. We moved it over here. That is, again, that's now been traded on just the other day, so that I basically got my money back on that. I bought that from Aston Barclay, and in fairness, what I paid for it was only about 1100 quid. It was actually alright, because this is basically a Vauxhall Mocha with a Chevrolet badge on, but on reflection, it needs quite a lot of paint, and I don't think we got the time to do it, and it needs a lot of plastic trims done. And yes, we could have sorted it, but I just thought, you know what, it was just on the back burner. And I just thought, you know, I'll get my money back out of it. I've wanted to get some progress made on the sub cars that were lying round, fresh start for the year. So I've just basically got my money back on that. So that is going out probably in the next week or so. The chap's going to be picking that up, so we've just pulled it over here. We've also got this Antara. There's a story behind this one. I hope the guy isn't watching or gets told about this one, but never mind. So this was bought from Aston Barclay. I bought this about 3 weeks ago. And there's a funny story behind this. So dealer had this in the auction, and it was right at the end. So I've been Aston Barclay that day. I've bought a couple of cars, and as I'm sort of in and out, taking my stock out, you know, getting it past the gate man, and all the bravery he causes me, I went back into the auction hall, and it was towards the end, and usually towards the end of auctions, you usually find a lot of the dealer entry stuff, which are usually just full of problems. And this comes through, 63 plate, done about 70,000 miles, in black, as we can see. I think it's manual. Yes, it is manual. Antara, 2.2 diesel, I think it is. He said he looks a nice thing, really. Wants a few bits doing on the plastics and stuff. But with 70,000 miles on, and I think it's got like leather and stuff in it as well. Has it got leather in? I'm sure this is the one with leather. We can't quite see. The door's not open. There you go. It has got leather, and it's a manual. And it went through. It sounded all right. Did have an engine light on, but it sounded okay. So I thought, you know what? I'll be half interested in that. Anyway, basically it went through the auction. Didn't pay a great deal of money for it. It's one of those vehicles where the auctioneer gave me what's called a quick knockdown. So he gave me a price and said, if whoever bids this price, the hammer goes down straight away, it's your car. I put my hand up, hammer went down, and we won the Antara. Chap whose car it was, the dealer, who I know quite well, but do see quite regular, came over to me and went, oh God, I didn't know you were bidding on it. It was mine. I'll be all straight with you. It's got issues. And I'm thinking, well, what's the issue? He went, he's had problems with, he thought it was an injector issue, or he's pretty sure it's an injector issue. He's had the injectors out, he's had them sent away, he's had them brought back and tested, and they said they're fine, and he thinks it's now a wiring fault, because basically it runs all right, but it's just constantly in a limp mode. And it is in, well, it was in limp mode. The cat out of the bag there. It was in limp mode. Drove it back, it would say it drove fine, but just will not boost. Gets it back, has a look through the old diagnostics of the mighty Top Don ArtDiag 600S, plugs it in, and the only fault code we could get out of it was to do with a glow plug. And basically what had happened was that the glow plug, or number 4 glow plug, was not working correctly. It was completely dead. In fact, it had 2 dead glow plugs, but only number 4 was showing as not working. Changed the glow plugs, put a new set in it, fired it up, immediately, straight out of limp mode, did a regen on it, absolutely perfect. So it was just to go to show where you can buy a car and you can go down the wrong path trying to diagnose something, trying to fix it. You get peed off with it, and eventually just go, do you know what, bin it off, and a fresh pair of eyes comes along and actually can fix something. You know, just say, like I said, fresh pair of eyes looking at a car and can find a problem, but it might have been overlooked. And that's all that was wrong with it. It needed, well, technically we could have put 1 glow plug in it and we would have probably got it running again. We put a full set in, you know, we're not going to penny pinch. Up and running. Up and running. So it's cost us, what, 70 quid to fix? And that is it. Perfect. Now runs and dries absolutely spot on. You might ask why I'm not going to retail that. It's not the sort of thing I retail. It's 4-wheel drive, by the way. So I've got a customer for it, potentially. But if not, we can sell that in the trade easily. Easily. We could retail it, but I don't need to retail something like that. Antaras, they can be problematic. This one's now all right. But do I really want to stand by one on warranty when I know they can have issues? Not really. There'll be someone in the comments saying, I've had one for years, it's been brilliant. That's great. But I do like to stick to my guns on certain vehicles. So if I can trade that on and just make a quick wedge out of it, be happy to do that. But anyway, that's it. Whatever was there, I can't remember what car was here originally in Dead Corner. I know we had a couple of old Renaults here. They went. We've sold one and scrapped another one. So that went. We've got the Hyundai i30 here. This is not a dead car. This was on sale, and we've now just took the wheels off it to be powder coated. So we just popped it here because we've got space, because we've I can't even remember what was even here actually. That was gone anyway, whatever it was here. Audi, that's a trade vehicle we sold. We bought that from Central Auctions. I think it was only a few £100 in a video a week or two ago. I've traded that on, someone's buying that. So that's basically been queued up to be picked up. Had some quick wages out of that and say just move it on in the trade. And that's basically what we're doing with this line now. We just keep all the stuff here that's the trade vehicles, this little line, because to be honest with you, it's not the most pleasant of places down here with all this uneven ground we've got. So I put all my stuff I'm trying to repair and the trade vehicles here, and then basically just try and keep all the stuff we're trying to keep on the pitch over that side where it's I won't say it's perfect, but it's a little bit more flatter. I'd say ideally I want to try and do something with this yard in the summer. And when it's dry weather, I'm tempted to maybe try and... I've not spoken to my landlord yet. Hopefully he's not watching. I don't want to tarmac it because it cost me a bloody fortune. But I might want to stone it. I know I've seen James at Chop's Garage, of those who watch it. He had his all done recently, all stoned. And it looks bloody beautiful. I'm tempted to do something like that. You know, smart it all up. Basically get all this sort of stuff proper lined up. Cars on sale, boards in the window, looking like a pitch again. Get all the prep stuff this side, so behind me. And get all the sale stuff over there. Paint all these walls and stuff which are peeling like hell, which are not technically my walls, they're to do with next door, but needs must, we'll have to have a conversation. Maybe just smarten the place up, banners up, stones here. That's the idea anyway. Whether that comes to fruition, who knows? We've got time to do that, and we don't have a lot of time at the moment, but that is the plan. I just want to smarten the place up a bit. I'm not going to go mad, because you know we are what we are. We are a budget cheapy pitch. That's what we are. We're not main agents. We're not Bristol Street. But it's just nice to sort of make some improvements, especially now as we're into our second year here. And he said he just wanted to get things sorted. And speaking of that, actually, because I keep getting little digs in the comments about my sign, which still hasn't arrived. It is due here next week. So everyone keeps saying, why have you got that stupid old banner up? Get yourself a proper sign. It doesn't look smart. I know it doesn't look smart. That's why I've ordered a new sign. That is due next week. I've ordered a proper aluminium sign with a proper frame round it. And that's being fitted next week. So we'll do that. Get the reception done. Smarten the workshop a bit as well, get things sorted in there, and then, when the dry weather comes, we'll have a go at trying to maybe smarten this place up outside. That's the plan anyway. Some other developments as well on the Car UK network. Merch. I've got merchandise coming. Not quite got it all ready yet, and it's not myself who's organised it. It's actually been done in collaboration with Shifting Metal. We're actually launching a shop which is going to have basically my merchandise on there, Shifting Metal's merchandise, and a few other channels. I think Chops might be on there as well, and there might be some others coming. But that is in the pipe work, and obviously I'll put the links hopefully at the bottom of this page. We'll be able to find that merchandise hopefully next week. I think we've got hoodies coming, t-shirts coming, mugs coming, key rings, oh you name it, it's happening. Now as for next week, back at the auctions again tomorrow, because I've got a list of people wanting particularly first time cars. Everything else, like the mid-range stuff we usually sell, like the family stuff, to be honest with you, that seems to have died a death the last week or so. So I'm not going to focus too much on those things. Obviously, if something comes up really cheap, we'll buy it, because at some point someone will buy it. But for now, I'm just going to be focusing on those small cars, because that is probably 7 out of our 10 inquiries we get is all about first-time small cars. So we're going to be buying strong, hopefully, tomorrow, back at Aston Barclay Thursday, and then off to some more auctions the following week, where I need to buy some 4x4 product for a customer, and also as well, I say we're going to be having a new sale room, so we're having a look around there and doing some filming on site at an auction venue in Rotherham, I think it is as well. So yeah, lots to be getting on with, and also as well, I'm due a visit back to G3 in the next week or so I need to get in touch with them and see if we can range to go up there and do a bit of filming as well. I've also recorded some other content the other day as well, which I should be able to put out later in the week. So you've got plenty to watch this week here on the Car UK channel. So anyway, thank you for watching this update video. Don't forget to check out our good friends at Vehicle Score. The link is in the description. And also you can check out the Car UK raffle. Further down in the link description, you'll find the link code there to get involved with the raffle. It's just £2 and there's discount bundles available to win that mini, micro or a cash prize. So thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one.